Mr. Crazy9 here, back to you with a new deck profile. I know none of y'all really asked for this, but this is just a deck profile I thought I'd share. It's my Volcanic deck. It's personally my favorite deck to run. It's the deck I probably use the most. Thanks to the deck I got off of Itch95. Shout out to him. I don't know if I said his name right, but yeah. Anyway, going on with this. You got 3 slicers. So when your opponent's just being boring and stalling with swords, you inflict 500 points of damage. Volcanic Rocket, so you can get Excel here. Scatter Shot to basically clear your opponent's field and inflict 500 points of damage. Hammer, big guy, easy to get out. For each Volcanic, he does 200 points of damage for each one in your graveyard. Volcanic Blaster, when it's destroyed, you put one Volcanic type card on your deck, top of your deck, so easy, makes it easier to get our big guy out. Well, I'll talk about him later. Volcanic Counter, basically the little bitch in the graveyard. Why I say that is because first, he's the first guy if you don't have Scatter Shot or Shell in your hand. And you have him in your hand, and you have Blaze Accelerator. He's the first guy you send to your graveyard. And you pop a monster on the field. Why is he the first guy you send in your graveyard? Basically because if your opponent pulls out a big monster, like let's say he pulls out Stardust, you must pray that he does not pull out Trish. Trish will ruin the whole system. Remove him from play from the graveyard. Inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent as you took. Now in the video games it really sucks because it just automatically removes itself. And it doesn't matter if you want it to or not. There's no choice. Volcanic Doomfire. Can't be special summoned, but you can special summon it by... It can't be normal summoned or set, but it can be special summoned by sending Tri-Blaze to the grave. During your opponent's battle phase, your opponent must attack this monster with any attack position monster they control. And this card destroys the monster and sends it to the graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls and inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed by this effect. So basically it's a field clearer. And it really kills a defensive deck. Our next card is Flame Volcanic Recharger. I don't know why I said flame. It's just to get free volcanic monsters from your grave back into your deck. I only run 2. Next card is Dark Room and Nightmare. I run it because one, it's really useful. Because if you're bored of waiting for your opponent to just die, you activate this and inflict 800 points of damage. Accelerator, so you can get Volcanic Counter, or you can destroy your opponent's field. Counter in the graveyard. Excuse me. So you can get your Volcanic Counter in the graveyard, or destroy your opponent's field with Scatter Shot. This is basically the same thing. Just you get Volcanic Counter in the graveyard while inflicting damage of 500. Backfire, 3 of them. Must have 3 of them. I run 3 of them for one reason. When any of these monsters or any of these monsters go away, effect or not, my opponent takes 500 points of damage. That monster ain't going away softly. No, no, no. Mirror Force, obvious choice and why it's in deck. Heavy Storm, another obvious one. Duality, that shouldn't have to be explained. Flame Veil Guard, one, it has a lot of defense. and 2, it's a good tuner. Neo Flame, Sabre, whatever. While your opponent's got 4 or less monsters in its graveyard, in 600 attack comes 2100, right? Oh, it's 300. Have a double-bladed monster when it comes to destroying cards. That's why I only run 1. 2 magical cylinders, just to piss your opponent off. Just to piss them off. I run 3 accelerators. I don't know why that's Monster Reborn, obvious choice. Starlight Road, so when you got Accelerator on the field, or you got Backfire and Doom Room and Mirror Force, and your opponent activates a Heavy Storm, you can just be like, bitch, please. Or if they activate a Dark Hole and they destroy all your monsters you have on the field, you want to take a lineup like Vexkits 466 would say, bitch, please. And then you get Special Summon a Stardust Dragon. I run 3 of them. Next is Flame Veil Magician. I run 1 because I don't like going over 50 cards. I will go over 50 cards though, sometimes, in certain decks. High level tuner. There's other tuners that are high levels like it that are level 4, and there's, I don't know if there's a level 5 tuner, but I think there might be. Yeah. But it's easier to get Red Nova Dragon out, or you can can't really get Bionic out with it, but it makes it easier to get monsters out. Sinks out. Commando, because once per turn you can remove from play 1 monster. Like I was saying, quick damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack, so basically it's like, it really just is for getting out banishing your Flameville monsters so they can get a little bit of revenge for being destroyed. This deck, seeing how all of my Flameville monsters have 200 defense. Dark Hole, obvious reason. Solar Flare Dragon, to inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent during your end phase. Not hard. I've run 1 going on to the side deck. I have 2 more in there in case I want to get rid of these 2 cards because I never really use them. Fire Darts, just to inflict damage. Kind of for the burning part of this deck. Firestorm Monarch. Discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand if it's a monster, inflict damage equal to its level times 100. And this is just this is just in the back row. So you have a card you put your I don't really know why I have in my side deck. I have no spellcasters in this deck except for that. And yeah, I'm going to just take that out real quick. 3 Cemetery Bombs. So you can inflict 100 points of damage for each card in your opponent's graveyard. Another Dark Room. I won't go into detail about that. I just put this in there to have easy synchro, get to getting 200 attack for each card. I mean, when it's synchro summon, remove from play from your opponents, and up to the number of cards in their hand, this card gains 200 attack for each of those removed cards, removed from played cards by this effect. Not too difficult reading. During battle phase, attacking a card inflict piercing damage. It gains 100 points of attack for each time it attacks and does damage. Free Stardust, even though they're kind of spread out of this deck. I know I only run one road, but I have that Flame Veil Magician in there for a reason. One Trish, because if you don't run Trish in your deck, there's something wrong with you. Or it's, I wouldn't say that, you don't have problems facing Trish. Trish is broke no matter what kind of deck you run. Black Rose, because it's a nuke on the field, nukes everything. Chronic, basically a card that that you can scare all your opponent's cards back into their hand, as I like to say. One Dragon Arching, because one, it destroys all face down defense monsters, and during your end phase, destroy all other monsters you control that did attack. Like attacks and clears the field, you have the open time to attack. But yeah, we're in Nova Dragon just so I can have like a just so I can have like a monster that's better than red Dragon Archfiend. You get 500 attack for each turn in your graveyard. It's immune to opponent's effects, like immune to spell card, traps, or monster effects. It's like I'm just reading this out the card. Anyway, next card, one Utopia. It's a strong, low ranked 4 monster. I had somebody explain this to me, why it's ranked and why they're on the left. That's why, and I think it's kind of stupid, but well. It's like indestructible for 2 turns, at least during battle. Free Roaches. I run free Roaches, Steel Swarm Roaches, because 1, I love Steel Swarm Roach. 2, prevents your opponent from special summoning a level 5 or higher monster. So it basically cuts them off from Stardust, Bryonic, Rose, Trish. Most synchros, basically. Almost. I mean, that's how good of a card it is. I run Roach just because of that. It's that good. My mind, I like Roach. I see nothing wrong with Roach. I can see it being limited in the future. But then again, I'm not Konami, and seeing how Konami made that wind up, I never remember its name, but it's really annoying. Yeah. Basically stops almost all fusions and all synchros. Any exceeds summon level 4, 5 or higher. And then really stop Utopia from coming out, but Utopia is not the biggest problem in the world. So yeah, I run Roach for that reason. Mr. Crazy 9 is out. Remember, comment, like, subscribe.